A wonderful day to you outside there. My name is Ogunkayode Kabiro Olaiton, and it's a beautiful day. Yes, it is KMC TV. KMC TV. We are welcoming you this day, and we are going to be introducing to you a new program, Way Forward Nigeria. Way Forward Nigeria is a program that has to uplift every Nigerians outside there, even if you're a youth, you're an adult, or you are a toddler. So far, you can listen and understand what is going on. Way Forward Nigerian is for you to pick points and mix it with what you have and actually get a go ahead to also provide solution to Nigeria. On Way Forward Nigeria this morning, we're going to be talking about a very important topic, leveraging on your skill for global relevance. Leveraging on your skill for global relevance. Youth are concerned, the adults are concerned, and the young shall grow also are there. I'm not going to be doing this alone this morning. I have a prominent Nigerian youth, a person that has been there locally and globally, making our way ahead, making every content be a way forward for not only Nigerians, but for people offshore also. Welcome to KMC TV on Way Forward Nigeria, Mr. Mustapha Abiodun. Good morning, Mr. Mustapha.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. EGALITARIan. Good morning, Court.
Multimedia Concept.
Thank you so much. It's nice being on KMC TV today. My name is ABIODUN Mustapha. I'm the personal development expert. I'm an educator, an author, and inspirational speaker. So I help people discover themselves. I help people live productive lives and also make profits doing so. And it's more reason why I'm here this morning in order to help you do the same.
All right, so it is said that it is not how big a head is, but the quality and quantity of information that is there. And this morning, I want you, wherever you are listening to KMC TV, I want you to actually get the gist fully, because Mr. Mustapha Abiodun is fully loaded and is also an expert in book writing. If you don't know, 8 books ahead if you do not know, but there are lots of things about him that you are yet to know, but that will be on at the back of the camera. All right, Mr. Abiodun, this morning we want to look at the world right now, the global market. We know that people want to dramatically call it favor market, because they want to they want to actually make themselves, a kind of favor to the world, which is something better. Now, leveraging on skill. If we look at today world, now let's come from the youth angle. How do they have to leverage on the skill that will come for global relevance?
All right. This is very crucial, most especially at the time we are in right now, because we need to look away from our local environment, because a lot of young people do this, whether business people, whether young people, most especially in the third world nation, they are more particular about the fact that when they talk about skill, it's about doing better than my classmate I finished with in school, doing better than the person we graduated together. Okay. But forgetting the fact that your competitor is not the person you graduated together, but the person in the first world nation who is doing something greater than where you are. And in a world where we are being told that even very soon, if you are not innovative, robots will shoot you out of the business. And that's the reason why a lot of young people in Nigeria right now, they keep having these things about job, about the fact that employment is not there. But in today's world, we need people who are creative, people who are innovative, people who have the skill, because without the skill, you will be killed. So it's as if people will feel that I have all of the knowledge. If you have the certificate, you don't have the skill, your certificate will be killed. And that's the reason why it's only those who have the right skill needed in this economy are those who thrive higher.
Okay. Let me cut you short there. Now, you're going to go back to that, because I believe that point really will levitate some personalities that are into getting skill and getting certificates. If they don't want to get killed. So now I saw kind of a program you did back at Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, and you mentioned something that if you don't have a call, you'll be out of call. What is that in relationship to skill acquisition?
Now, it's very important to know that a lot of people feel because I'm passionate about these things, it means I'm called to it.
Okay.
And the truth of the matter is you need to understand that even in your call, you require certain innovation to be able to grow at it.
Okay.
You require certain skill that should make you better at it. The fact that you are very good at singing and people applaud in your local environment does not mean to win the global market. So you need, number one, the passion is good, but you need to develop a lot of skill, competence, a lot of personal capacity to be able to thrive so that those in the high authority can call you. So you can have a call and not be called by people that matter. So it is skill that creates that difference. That's why a lot of people struggle at the end of the day that, no, but I'm passionate about these things. I'm doing something worthy. I think people should accept it. But the gap in between is that the skill needed for you to be called by people that matter is actually missing. So you can really have a call, but really not be called.
Okay, now that shocked me there because because when somebody is out of call, I believe sometimes where some people are not skilled, they don't actually know the direction they're doing. Or where they're going, but at the same time they tend to move here and there, but in the end they don't get anything for it. But now there's something in terms of skill acquisition. From there it takes somebody to capacity building, I guess.
Yes.
Now, how can people relate it together, acquiring skill and building their capacity for global relevance?
Okay, now this is very important. You need to begin to understand that irrespective of whatsoever you're passionate and you're willing to do, you are not speaking to a local audience. You may start locally, but expand your mind globally. So this is where it comes to the point whereby you need to keep growing, irrespective of how people applaud you. The problem at times is, as young people, a lot of times we get so excited about the immediate applaud, and then we forget the fact that there's a global throne to sit on. And maybe, for example, you do something little and people challenge you, oh, guy, you're good, you're doing amazingly well, I push you. And you now feel you're on top of the world, forgetting that without time you will begin to lose the people who applaud you when they see that they have gotten the best of you.
Yes.
So
okay.
building your skill now gives you a leverage. So every time you get an applause at this level, it's a challenge to build something more so that you can reach more people.
Okay.
It's like someone at this level, at this particular level, it's only the people who are at this level that can see you. Those who are above you cannot see you. Until you grow to their level, they will not be able to recognize that you're there.
Wow.
So this is why building that part of the skill, even with your call and passion, is very important. And while building that skill, your target has to be the global audience. At a point, I wrote something that has to do with breaking the boundary called localization, because localization can be a boundary.
Yes, definitely.
So the localization of thinking about what's happening in my state, what's happening in my community, okay, if I do this little, it's okay. And yet, there's somebody in the first world nation that needs that same thing and is willing to pay you in their own currency.
Yes.
So there's that point to break the barrier of localization, first from your mind, and then from the external people that you communicate with.
Break the barrier of localization. You're still on KMC TV, and this morning I am with Mr. ABIODUN MUSTAPHA, and I believe that you have been seeing the ins and outs and the professionalism that is there. We talk about building your skill for global relevance, and it's been fantastic. It's been wonderful. To be part of this program, kindly drop your comments. This is KMC TV. Kindly drop your comment. It's way forward, Nigerians. We're going to make Nigeria great together. It is all of our businesses. Anywhere you are, yes, you're a Nigerian, you are supposed to make change. It is not that change will come to you. You have to provide the change. All right, Mr. ABIODUN, there's this thing going on when we talk about the adults and the youth together. Well, we are relating it now to skill acquisition. Now, the adults, they have the experience. They have the experience always there. That's always been there. We cannot fight that. All right. Now, the youth are very agile. They have the strength, and they can also provide solution. Now, there's this tussle of experience and longevity and strength together. The youth, I'm going to do it. No, you're going to do it. You don't have skill. I have skill. No, that. How can we balance that in today's world? trying to balance the youth and the adults in making sure that at least we acquire the skill from adults and we get the experience without any problem.
Yeah, so it's like trying to talk about certain people have the energy to make things happen now.
Yes.
And some people have the experience.
Experience.
Now, the first part is every young person has to know that the answer to the future is in the past. So
Definitely.
starting
Because
from
there-
that, starting from that mentality,
got
starting
there,
from that
okay.
mentality
All right.
would make every young person humble.
Mm.
And the people who many times have the experience can figure out what can happen at the end.
Mm.
So every solution to the future is always in the past.
Mm.
If you look at innovation, let's even take technology for example, because technology seems to be my field, basically.
Yeah.
So there was a time when we had the giant mainframe computer. People took innovation and felt, okay, we could make this thing smaller. So they studied the previous system, developed something that was mini. You understand? Now, when they did something mini, but this could also be smaller, they did something that was micro.
Micro.
So the answer to the future is in the past. So every young person needs the experience of the adults. So the experience many times may not even be the best things they have done, but also the mistakes they have made. So as a young person, even with all the energy and all the, I can do it, I can make it happen,
Sagacity.
it's the tech world and all of that,
Yes.
you still need an experience from the past.
From the past.
Else, you may also make the mistake that they made that didn't let them get to where they should get to.
Yes, that's a very beautiful one. That's a very beautiful one. Yes, I think every youth outside there right now, you should actually, right now you should be getting the point that the future was already planned. Now it's just happening, but you have to get updated. And I did not say that, but I learned that from Mr. MUSTAPHA ABIODUN. And I'm super excited today because we are really getting the point we needed. And I believe all the youth outside there are getting the point also. All right, Mr. ABIODUN, as a youth now, is it the youth of now, the way they put money in place of skill, what do you think is the primary cause of this, and where do you think it will lead to?
Yeah, I think number one, it even starts from how the youth picture money. What's the understanding of money? Who mentors you on money? Who do you learn from about money? A lot of people learn from money from those who are who has this very wrong mindset about money. So they learn it from them. So they teach them about everything good about money, all the nice things about money. When you have money, this is good. But they don't come to the point to understand that what's money itself? Money is only a substance. But what really brings money is value. But you should also know that when I talk about value, all values are not good. They could also be bad value systems. So there are bad value systems that bring this money. So depending on the ideology of money that they have will determine how they really seek money. And when you see a lot of things happen, this one look at this, that one look at this other person, they have this ideology that let me just get it by all means, whether by the good or by the bad value. But the truth is, what's the end of acquiring that money?
Okay. Before you go forward there, because I was caught by a statement that has to do with where they get the value. So now, I'm talking about right now. Can we relate the value problem into government? Because I believe that when the youth are talking now, the first thing they said, the government is not good, the government is not that. So can we relate every problem that has to do with the youth in terms of money acquisition to the government, or we should directly blame the youth or the adult generally in terms of this money acquisition?
Well, a lot of times it doesn't start from the government. It starts first from what ideology did they even get from their parents, from their family backgrounds about money. So a lot of people believe that, when I get to the government, my parents have told me, when you get there also, make sure you also get your own cake because you enjoy from it. So it's not about the government. What value system is being taught?
Okay.
And this is why I want every young person, most especially the third world youth, the people from the third world nations, they make a lot of that mistake. Your competition is not in your local environment.
Okay, now you made the 21st century.
When you think globally, you think beyond the government.
Okay.
You see yourself as a resource to the global world, not just to your government. So your government might create what they have to do, or they necessarily may not do what to do, but you have what it takes to be able to get to where you want to. And this is where it comes to the skill we are talking about right here. So if you keep everything to be government, not everybody have the call to sit in government. Not everybody have the call to be there. Not everybody has that assignment to be in government. Some people have to be in the corporate world. Some people have to be in the private sector to make all of that impact. So if you keep everything to be the government, who is the government? So we see the government as the man who sits there to be the governor, the man who sits there to be the president, the man who sits there to be the senator, but you're a government yourself. Because everything you do reflects on somebody, influences somebody. So you are governmenting, in quotes, you are governmenting somebody. So when you say it's about the government, it's about the mindset you create. Definitely someone is watching this TV right now. You are a government influencing somebody, changing the mindset.
KMC is changing mindset.
Transforming somebody. So it's not about, it's also about how do you picture the government. There's a government in the home. The father teaches something to the children and they believe it in their lifetime. There's a government in the home. There's a government in our religious institution. They teach a particular mindset that also controls the world we are in. So that's a government. Though we see only politics to be it, but we have diverse places of government that shapes people's mindset to believe something about money.
Well. Now, from that end, you're still on KMC TV, and it is Way Forward Nigerians, and we're discussing the topic this morning. We're talking about how you can leverage your skill for global relevance. We'll go for a commercial break right now. When we come back, we're still going to be talking with Mr. ABIODUN Mustapha. We'll be right back.
Nigeria to one of its major commercial city, Lagos, historic roots of Africans in Benin Republic, to independence in Ghana and change in Kampala, the Renaissance in Dakar. We cherish our wildlife too in Botswana. Yet, embracing growth even in Tunisia. Waterfalls abound in Africa, along with adequate sunlight in Namibia. Nourishing wildlife safaris like in Tanzania. Providing food in abundance for all countries on the routes of River Nile. And preserving wonders of the world in Egypt. We are unique people with our diverse culture and traditions. KMC Television. We are the African pride.
Welcome back to KMC TV. It's Way Forward Nigerians on KMC TV, and today we have been talking about a very important topic: how to leverage on your skill for global relevance. And with me is still the prominent man, a Nigerian man, a global man, Mr. Mustapha ABIODUN, and we've been discussing on leveraging on skill for global relevance. And we want you to continue following us on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at What Media. Any question, any comment you have, just drop it. Believe me, we are going to be here to answer it. We are always there to answer it for you. So I want you to come right on as we continue with the program. So, Mr. ABIODUN, you're welcome back to this second segment. Now, at this point in time now, we'll talk about skills acquisition. Now, we have various types of skills. We do not have much time, but I think we can still iron 5 points out of the major skills we have. Could you give us maybe at least 5 skills the youths, adults, and everyone outside there could leverage on?
Yeah, these are very key, and I want everyone watching right now to write this out and also go and take actions right now. So this is any skill anyone can learn. You don't need any tech idea, any top idea. Just sit down, learn, and then get it out. The number 1 skill you really need to learn is strategic networking. You must know how to network strategically. And not just networking on, like I shared somewhere, today when they talk about networking, they are talking about how a young man can talk to a young lady that can make her come to visit you at home. That's not the networking I'm talking about. I'm talking about the networking that can change your life, strategic networking. So there is this platform called Launch Club. You can learn about Launch Club. You can connect with anyone in the world, anyone, anywhere, outside the environment you are in. I've spoken to people in Canada on that platform, United States, even those from Germany. You can connect with them, have a virtual meeting with them, video call depending on what purpose you want to accomplish. And I can redirect you to go search out the video on YouTube, Escape Velocity, how to connect with anyone in the world. You can check that video. I did a video on that. You will learn how to use Launch Club. Now, the number 2 thing you need to learn is content creation. Whether as a person from the third world or as a person from any part of the world, content is very important. Every platform today, social media platform, every platform today reigns on content. You want to sell yourself, it's content. Is gone are the days where people will say, I need to write CV and submit.
Yeah,
today,
definitely.
your content is your CV.
Yes.
People want to go on your LinkedIn and say, what have you shared?
Yeah.
On Facebook and say, what have you shared? On YouTube and say, what have you shared? Instagram, what have you shared? So you can leverage diverse platforms. Go to places like, you can make use of platforms like Canva. You can make use of platforms like Anchor. You can start a podcast. You can go on a lot of those diverse platforms. So develop yourself in content creation. It can change your life forever. I'm here today because of content. This man here saw me developing content and said, let me be on TV station. And this man is being prominent. You are watching this TV now because of content. So
Yes.
KMC TV now, you're watching it, subscribing because of content. So content is key. A lot of people are changing their lives drastically. Don't say because I develop softwares, I write codes, I do this one. Who knows about it? So it's not about what you know. It's about who knows what you know.
Yes, definitely.
So that takes me to the third thing, which has to do with advertising. So there's this course by Facebook called Facebook Blueprints. So anyone can learn about online advertising. Just take the course, it's free by Facebook. Just take that course. You can also take Google Digital Skill for Africa. It will help you massively.
Definitely.
So these are things you need to learn. Advertising, very key. You can't do without it. If only you knows what you know, then you will not make money from it. And there's this saying that you are the light of the world. You are not the light of your kitchen, the light of the world. So you need to let people know what you know. All right.
Okay. From there, before you give that the last one, I think when you said you're not the light of your kitchen, then it took me to people who have skills, but they are not utilizing it to the right angle. And I have many people in my house where I live in. I think we have some people when they get to maybe their restrooms and all that. So as a singer, they pick their own album. They pick their own album in there and they just singing. And before you know, when you move closer to them, oh, you have a gift. Come and showcase it. It's a problem to them. Then again, you have some people who are good at speaking. They are good public speakers. When you listen to them, you say, oh, these people are actually good. In fact, they can outsmart many people on stage.
Yes.
But for them to go outside, there is a problem. And you have some people who are also, I believe in this world, there are so many people who are better than Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of sports and all that. Now, because these people go outside, they can be able to get known and seen to do it. So what do you have for those kind of people that put all their skills into their room without moving out, and they believe, no, I just want to do that. What do you have for that?
I still believe that the best that we see is not the best that is available. So we only tempt them
best
the
that
best.
you see is not the best that is available. You can hear that.
we only tempt them the best because they are the ones we can see.
Yeah, definitely.
So people read things based on what reflects on their eyeballs. The more eyeballs you capture, the more people will believe you are the best. So this is why you must learn advertising. I tell people, if you keep telling me, oh, I'm this very shy person, I'm all of that, tell me, how far have your shyness taken you? So if your shyness have not taken you far, you need to break that jinx. Recently, I did a personality evaluation. People still don't believe that I'm introverted. I used to be very introverted. I'm not the type that loves people.
Likewise mine.
But people don't
likewise
believe.
mine. I was always, in fact, when I face people, in fact, especially when I face two persons, I was always afraid to speak. But I came off it. Back in 2016, 2017, while I was Federal University of Agriculture, Abiodun. So that was it. So I don't know why. Why do people always do that? I don't want to really dabble into that a lot.
The reason I think really is because people have not seen anything wrong with being in their shell. The moment you discover, for me, I broke it because I saw a lot of opportunities I was supposed to get that was not getting. I saw a lot of places I needed to be that was not being. There were a lot of information I needed to access, but I was not accessing. The moment I started breaking it, my life changed. So you need to discover that what could go wrong if I don't break these genes. Then you start developing yourself. And you begin to see what opportunities can I get that I'm not getting, that should have been mine. What doors should have opened for me that are not opening because I'm not speaking up. So a lot of the people that you see also have that challenge that you have, but they saw something bigger than themselves that they need to change. For an example now, you'll not be listening to me, but I was thinking about it. I said, I want to keep to myself, I want to do this. Now you're listening to me, now you're getting value, and I'm fulfilled.
Okay, now before you continue, Mr. Mustapha, there was a day I was going with my colleague. We wanted to have KMC's adverts. We were meeting people, and we met these ladies, two of them. So there was one. She was good. She was. If you look at her, she was good at speech control, acting. Everything was great. And we asked her, we could give you opportunity. That's what we do. You have a good skill. Now, the return speech weakened me.
Wow.
When she said she didn't see herself in that big place doing it. So I know as we speak right now we have many people who have the same mindset. What do you have for this kind of people?
Now this is what I want you to do. Begin to think beyond yourself. Begin to think beyond yourself and see what you have to be something that should serve the global space.
Okay.
And you cannot think the global space and want to be in the shell. So that's why we're talking about the global economy. And you should understand that many of the people doing the things that you're doing, when they make so much prominent result, it will pain you when you see that you can perform better than them. So people only recommend the people that they see, the people that they know is doing those things, whether they are competent or not. I see a lot of, how did these people doing skills, how did they grow? They started the first time, it looks like, oh, it's not going to do. They did it again and again and again until they made you believe that they were the best. So if you see yourself as somebody just in your immediate environment and somebody not serving the global space, you will feel satisfied in your shell.
Wow. Wow. All right, you're still on KMC TV, and I think time is not on our side at this point. We have to actually wrap it up because everything that has to do with sweetness, that has to do with garnishing and honey, I know you've been enjoying this program, but at this point in time, we are going to be dropping the curtain. I am still Ogunkayode Lighton, and this is Way Forward Nigeria on KMC TV. And today we have actually dabbled on a very important topic, how to leverage on your skill. And that was wonderfully given to us by Mr. Mustapha ABIODUN. Mr. Mustapha ABIODUN, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it. We hope to bring you more again to this program. All right, join us same time next week on the same show. Wait for Nigeria.